We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Now a man who played collegiately here in the Golden State, Rashad Penny. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On second down, here's Penny. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Throwing is Wilson. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilson. Got Gordon open, completes it. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, they have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
From From the gun, it's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go!
Here we go, here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Hey, 0-0.
After the interception, here's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Mike 54.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson buying time to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, come on.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
12, fellas, here we go.
From the 25 on second down, Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw is probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
11.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 42-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Check. Watch 54. Get in the weight room.
11.
Watch out. Check, Mike. 50.
Go.
Man out.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Going for the deep ball. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Check it backer.
Undercrush.
From the gun, a give to Penny. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball and unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is brought in at the 21. Now a hit and a loose football. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
At the 36-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. To throw is Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Check, watch 54.
21, 11. Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Haywood.
54. Man, I got you.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. Garoppolo finding Goodwin and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
21.
54 much.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. He's going to fire one, and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Quadre Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Wilson. Throwing right, and that's complete. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Wilson now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. To throw is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Third and long, it's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! Danny. 65.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And my goodness, another interception. Tedrick Thompson picks it, and he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
At the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here we go. 21. Here we go. Hey, Echo.
Watch twins.
They run again with Breida. They find some open field here. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 74 yards.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with Breida, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Second and goal on the Seahawks.
Here we go. Like 20.
Watch 54.
12.
Man, I got you.
Hey, gun. Hey, high 7.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And I think the offense got it back. Yes, they did. At the 2-yard line is where they'll have it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free. but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them.
And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, his first touchdown of the new season. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Gold with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Go, go, go.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
Now Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete.
Wilson on the keeper. Throwaway and incomplete. It's third down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Wilson. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 41. Now Rashad Penny. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They keep it with Penny on first down. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Alert.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the stick, 2nd and 15. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Go.
Here's Wilson operating from the gun. Dumps that off to Penny as running back. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth and final quarter. Wilson now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Penny. Even with the good move he showed, he'll be brought down short of the 15. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. From the 17, Wilson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off inside the 10. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing him.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 18 yards, first down Niners. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Here we go. 180.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
Lock.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo is going to let this one go deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson flushed out right. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. This is Penny. That one good for 33 and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Here's Wilson to throw. And incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you. Normally you run a really tight ship.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jason Garrett. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Get him, boys.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the 25 on 2nd down, Garoppolo, check down to Breida. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Bring it. Bring it.
Garoppolo to throw. Man open, it's Goodwin. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
54's Mike.
Bravo.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Again, it's Penny. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. On 3rd down, Penny. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. So the victory here for Seattle, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, as